So yeah, so they established, of course, all the keywords. Now, my own family was how should I explain it? In the beginning, I didn't believe they were connected to these people. I believed this is just shit going down here in Berlin. They don't know anything about it besides me telling them. But weirdly enough, it was, of course, due to the fact that my own mother was, how should I say, a part of it. She knew what was going on, so she decided just to how should I put this? Just to call me crazy. Let's say it like this, because what they tried in Munich is, of course, to get me into the stationary care in the clinic, to announce me as schizophrenic. That's the whole point, to discredit somebody. And they did do it. Like for the 2 weeks I was in the clinic, even if they didn't have like how do you call that, the conditions. The conditions didn't meet schizophrenia, but they I don't know the English word. That is what is fucking with me right now. I know it's not the right word, but they assume it's schizophrenia. There's a specific word for it. I can't remember it right now. But there's like two types in medical terms where it's given or it's an assumption. It could be, right? So I got the assumption of schizophrenia, which at the time, like I said, I believed. So my mother always pushed it very hard, very, very hard. When I told her I was in trouble with the neighbors, I didn't tell her about the mobbing on the job, just that I lost the job, and I still got the money from the Bureau for Work Relations in Germany to pay for the rent. So I had to inform them. I mean, that's nothing I'm afraid of, or I don't know, feel bad about, let's say it like that. So she was pushing very, very hard to convince me I'm just hearing voices, right? Yeah, right. So it's a little bit hard to convince somebody they are hearing voices if you have the neighbors fucking and yelling like crazy. I mean, even at the time in the beginning, I did hear the same voices, like I said, like I heard in Munich. But after a while, the rich guy from above just took over, and the harassment it was weird because I had really trouble recording it. It was always so quiet. They use a tactic where they annoy you. They trying to piss you off because you are defenseless. You can't go upstairs if you hit them. There's a boy, there's the father or whatever. What the fuck did you do? You fucked up. That's the point. That's the point. That's the whole point. They want to piss you off, so you do something, right? So you are helpless. Of course, I'm poor. Like I said, I don't have any money. I can't just move somewhere. So, yeah, this was going on for a while. My mother and her partner also came to Berlin. The guy has diabetes, so he takes the injections from Germany and takes it to Croatia. My mother was living in Croatia at the time. And yeah, so they came to Berlin, and the weird thing was the behavior, of course. Like I said, like trying to convince me I'm just crazy, this isn't happening, very ridiculous overacting. I can't say it any other way. Like just overacting. Like that's me important to how should I say, to explain. What was going on is I was under surveillance, so they knew what I was doing. I don't know if they had heat cameras or how the fuck they knew. I did look for bugs and cameras, and I couldn't find any. So I don't know how they knew what I was doing when I was grabbing. Well, maybe a hacked mobile phone, so it's most likely not really hard to figure out what I was doing. But so, like I said, my mother was acting really, really weird, always creating trouble, trying to create trouble to get me mad at her and just talking nonsense. But she was kind of always like that. But still, it became a little bit too much. A little bit too much. Too much of the stupidity. I mean, yeah, she's a woman, so acting stupid is kind of a thing they do, right? They don't know anything. Oh my god, how does that work? She's so fucking stupid. She asked me. This was in Croatia when they came to visit me here. She asks me, "What's that?" And I'm like, "What does?" Yeah, she asked me, "What's that?" I'm quiet. I look at it and I'm quiet. And she's like, "What's that light?" And I said, "What does it look like?" She's like, "The light from the speaker." Because she was talking about the speaker and the light was turned on. That's how fucking stupid she is. She's acting stupid. Like, what is that? What is that? Yeah, you've never seen a fucking light in your life, like an LED. You've never seen it. A green fucking light. What is that? So that's what I'm talking about. She's always trying to act really stupid, and like I said, she was pushing it too hard. Pushing it too hard. Oh, you are crazy, you need to get help, go get a doctor, so on and so forth. You are hearing voices, so on and so forth. You have schizophrenia, so on and so forth. All the fucking time. Then, to go back to Berlin, while they were visiting me, she comes to my apartment and gives me a bunch of what they called, I forgot. Oh Jesus, cans of beans. I almost said beans. Cans. She gave me a lot of cans, and I'm like, what the hell? Why did you buy that? Like, she bought it. She didn't just bring it from Croatia, or I don't know. She bought the canned food. So I'm like, what the hell? Why did you buy that? And she's like, no, that's all right. It's all right. So next time she visits me, next day or a couple of days later, again, cans, bunch of cans, like 5-10 cans. I'm like, what the hell? Next time, again, she brings me cans. I have a bunch of cans in my apartment. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why are you buying me canned food? And she's like, it's all right. You're gonna need it. It's all right. And that's all she said about it. So they went back to Croatia, of course. And what they did is they how do you call that? Canceled the contract of the apartment, but didn't tell me until it was 2 weeks before I had to leave the apartment. So just let me repeat this. They canceled the contract for the apartment. When you cancel the contract, you have to wait 3 months. Or you let's say you still have the apartment for 3 months, 3 more months. They didn't tell me until I had 2 weeks until the last day I can stay in the apartment. Like 2 weeks before they told me, hey, we cancel the contract, you have to leave. They threw me out. Those 2 weeks, they threw me out on that day. We had a fight, of course, because of their retarded behavior. And this was the light was nothing. We had like fights about the shit what was going on and why the fuck they are behaving like fucking psychopaths. So I was like, what the fuck is going on with all of you fucking idiots? But like I said, to screw me over, that's what happened. So I had 2 weeks, didn't no, I didn't have a job. I was still on getting the money from the state. So I was on the street. Like I had 2 weeks to take all of my stuff, right? So what I did is I took a really small storage, like I don't know the American measurements, like a meter by meter or meter and a half, which is really small, like the height of a small woman, right? And that's where I put all my stuff. Didn't take the couch, didn't take the bed, didn't take stuff like that. But I did have enough money, because that's maybe also important. My mother needed a reason to complain. So when I got the money for the apartment to pay them from the Bureau for Work Relations from the state, that's simpler. When I got the money for the apartment from the state of Germany, she told me, "Oh no, wait, you don't need to pay it, you don't need to pay it." And I explained her 1,000 of times, no, it's all right. I'm getting money like for food, for everything, right? And then I get money for the apartment in and of itself. But of course she's playing stupid, like don't pay. So what I meant, she needed of course a reason to say, oh, he didn't pay the rent. He didn't want to pay the rent. So she needed to make shit up. So it was easier for her to throw me out, right? And well, that's what happened. But what I did, since I was literally going to end up on the street, I put all of my money, since I didn't have a job, I put all of my money on the side, of course. And I thought I'm gonna take a big car. I thought about buying we call it a combi, like this, like USP would use, but they were too expensive, so I couldn't buy one of those. So for more than it was 1,200 euros I paid for like this big car, like how do you call those? Not family cars, but where you have the where the luggage area is connected throughout the car. Like no. I hope you understand what I mean. I'm like I said, I'm Croatian. I don't know the words. And well, I bought the car and I took the Madrid. I how should I say? I cut it up so it fits inside. I could take out the back seats, and I took them to my storage and cut up the Madrid to fit into the back, and took all my clothing and stuff. Took it besides the storage, of course, into the car, and that's like my makeshift home for a while. And it was winter, so it was well. I didn't use I didn't turn on the car for heating, only in the morning when I was driving away or something. But a lot of Americans right now are doing this. At the time it was 2015, so how they call them? Mini houses, or no. What are they called? Houses on wheels. I mean, it's all over YouTube, of course. Now everybody knows about it, but at the time I don't even believe I saw any videos on it. So the people weren't, how should I say, converting their cars or like houses into mini houses and whatever. So that's what I did. Well, um, it went. It's hard to live like that. But what is important to say? So harassment, mobbing, surveillance, control, like the family harassment. Family is harassing me, of course, too. So they made me homeless.